Hey guys, I'm Papa Pete, and I'm back today with my next pickup video. And today's pickup video is very special because I have picked up a whole bunch of games for one of my favorite systems, the Xbox. And today, to make it even more special, I'm covering coast to coast. I've got some stuff from British Columbia, Victoria, British Columbia actually, and also this great big box of Xbox games that came from Paradise, Newfoundland. Nothing better than a little bit of paradise arriving in the mail on a Monday. Alright guys, stick around. I can't wait to open up these boxes and show you what I got.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
Before we start, I'd like to introduce everyone to IntellivisionCollector.com, your one-stop shop for all of your Intellivision collecting needs. From learning the basics and starting your collection to high-end and rare games and variants, Luke at Intellivision Collector has something for everyone who loves Intellivision. That's IntellivisionCollector.com. Alright guys, first thing first, as always, beginning my pickup video, I'm going to start off with a craft beer. Now this isn't a local craft beer, it's a national craft beer. So I had to get out my Team Canada glass here because I don't have a glass for this particular company. But what I have here, hey, it's from Canada, is Wayne Gretzky's number 99 Craft Brewing Rye Lager. And brewed with rye grain, 5%. Let's give it a shot. Rye is the big kind of whiskey up here. Rye whiskey is a Canadian style as opposed to Scotch or Irish. And Canadians really love their rye. It's got a nice color, a nice frosted glass. Oh yeah, very good. It's got a nice rye flavor to it too. Just a little hint of it in there. Very good. So, once again, Wayne Gretzky's number 99 Craft Brewing Rye Lager. Got a signature right there in the front. Perfect. Alright, so here we go. Hey, got my Console Purist shirt on. Haven't worn that one in a while. Console Purist is an absolutely great Facebook group where there's like over 18,000 people who love console gaming, just like me. It's every kind of gaming too. Modern day, right back to the full retro. It's a great site on Facebook. You should check it out. Console Purist. I really enjoy being part of that group. But let's move on. Speaking of Facebook, remember last week I did a pickup video and I talked about some stuff that I picked up from Retro's great Canadian video game auction site, and the seller was Samantha McKay. And I opened up the package from her. I got my Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, which was absolutely wonderful. But the other game that was with it was Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. And when I opened up and looked at it, I had this thought in my mind that it wasn't the right game, wasn't the game that I ordered. So I did check it out, and I had ordered a different game. I got a hold of Sam. She apologized profusely. She owns a game store out in Victoria, BC. So this game right here, this traveled, like those ones did, a good 3,000 miles across the country to get to me. But she was so great, she checked it out. She hadn't sent me the wrong game and somebody else the wrong game. She had just sent me the wrong game and then somebody else a copy of American Wasteland. And she wanted to make it up to me. So she sent me this game, which is the one that I originally ordered. And it is, I mentioned it that day, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. Sorry again about the mix-up right inside. That's awesome. Oh, and she sent me some stickers too. Look at that. Right on. Oh, look at this manual. The manual and the disc look amazing. And sorry again for the mix-up. I'm going to try to open that up a little bit without losing this. And I got a bunch of stickers. We got Luigi and looks like Donkey Kong, Shredder, Minnie Mouse, Darth Vader. And I have no idea what that is. A very hungover Mike Kozlowski or whatever his name was from Monsters Inc. Anyway, that's awesome. So it just goes to show you, there's good people in these websites that are the auction sites. They are business owners who are just looking at a different means of selling their products across the country, and I'm so happy to be able to do that. I bought from different retro game owners across the country, and My experiences have been fantastic. So the same thing is true in the States. These ones are all in Canada, but I'm sure they probably will ship to the States. Just check it out. But man, thank you so much, Sam. If I could come out and visit your store, I'd love to, but I just can't afford the plane ticket right now. I don't know if I want to fly anyway. But anyhow, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Awesome edition. All right, guys, now for the big part of my pickup. About a month ago, I was going through Facebook looking at different groups that I've joined, and I was in one called Canadian Vintage Video Games, and I found a post there from Jeremy Hill of Paradise, Newfoundland. What a perfect name of a spot. I don't know if you're familiar with Newfoundland. I've never been over there myself because, yes, it's part of Atlantic Canada, but it's actually quite a trip to get over there. Probably be a good 14, 15-hour drive. I could get well down into the States, almost to Florida, easier, and probably get to Vancouver, Victoria, where I got the other game cheaper. But anyway, I came across his post, and he had a few different Xbox original games that I was interested in buying. So I got a hold of him and got talking to him about the games, and we talked about all the different types of Xbox games that he had, and he showed me a big long list of things, and we ended up working out a deal not only for the ones that I saw on the site there, but as you can see, and I'm going to lift it up here, for this here box of games. So let's open this box up, and I'm going to try to go through them pretty quickly because there's a lot of games in here. And anyway, here we go. While I'm opening it up, I don't know, let's put on, what do I usually listen to? A little RGC. Don't know what song I'm going to play, so I'm going to surprise myself too. Here we go. Wow. That has got to be one of the most easy boxes I've ever had to open because it was a banker's box. So I cut the tape off and it opened right up. And right off the top, he threw in a couple bonuses. We've got a Mario Kart hovercraft here. And what are these? Look like Minecraft characters. That's cool. A couple of Minecraft characters. We'll set those right up here. And they'll be up here in future videos. How's that sound? Put them up here with Sydney. Another Maritimer, by the way. Gotta have Sidney Crosby up here. Oh, there's Gretzky. I'm drinking his beer. Sociable. Alright, let's dig in. Here we go. First one, Xbox exclusive, Monster 4x4 World Circuit. These things came... That's funny, eh? Because these things came... That came from Victoria. 6,364, what is it? 6,684 kilometers away. These games. BC, Newfoundland. I'm going to start that map sometime, and I'm going to mark off all the different provinces and states that I've got my games from. Anyway, Monster 4x4 World Circuit, Xbox exclusive. No manual in that one. I wasn't going to buy the ones from originally that didn't have a manual, but then we got working away, and we ended up making just one big deal for every game he had, whether it had a manual or not. So, here's another one from Sega. I got Sonic Riders. Again, no manual in this one, but hey, that's all right. I think these first few probably won't have a manual. Oh, or then again, maybe they will. I got IHRA Professional Drag Racing 2005. That's a great pickup. There's 3 different ones. The one that's called Sportsman Edition, for whatever reason, in Xbox must be very, very rare because it's worth about $60. Well, the other 2 aren't worth nearly as much. And even the Sportsman Edition for PlayStation 2 isn't worth that much. But very happy to add that one to my collection. I don't know if I like drag racing or not. It's actually kind of interesting to watch now and again. Not too exciting, but it really is kind of an interesting sport. They run it about 6-7 hours from here down in New Hampshire. And I've talked to different people who've gone, and they said you sort of got to experience it to believe it. They really, really enjoy it, the ones who go. Anyway. Here's one. Painkiller Hell Wars. Not all familiar with this game at all. It looks like a first-person shooter with the manual. That's in great condition. Next one up. This is one that I've looked at that I've needed for a long time because it's the very top of my list. 25 to Life. There were 4 different games that started with a number on my checklist, my spreadsheet, the app that I use on my phone. This was the last one that I needed, so 25 to Life. Great condition. Here's one we all know. Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex. Gotta love Crash Bandicoot games. Of course, platformers. That's beautiful. Next one up. Here's a game, I don't know if you played it or not, but Rugby 2005. This one's sealed. not even open. Oh, that's pretty cool. Doesn't have the wrapper on it, but it's got the sticker on it. I don't know. I'll have to check that out. Anyway, Rugby 2005. I didn't play a whole lot of rugby when I was a kid, but I did play back in high school, and we actually went over to England to play it, to Wales, actually. Played one game in England and 6 games in Wales over a 2-week period. It was quite an experience. Next game, Need for Speed Underground. These are kicking around everywhere, but I just hadn't picked this one up yet. This one looks in pretty good shape. The manual's a little bit wrinkled, but it's one of the bigger manuals. Like it's sometimes the French manuals are bigger than the box will allow, and this one might be the case with this one. But anyway, it's a real common game, so this one will be perfect for my collection for the time being. Next up, I'm not familiar at all with this game. It's a mech game, Murakumo. Again, Xbox exclusive. And this one he told me I think didn't have the manual. Yes, it does not have the manual. But it's alright. It's a game that I had never seen even around at all before. So, happy to have that one. This is a game I often look at called Hitman Blood Money, which I really thought that I had. But I went through my list. I did not have it. This one is complete in box. The box wasn't quite closed, right? But there you go. It's a great adventure game. Hitman, I mean, those are classics. They're on every system going. Here's one from the makers of Hitman 2, Freedom Fighters by EA Sports. It's an exclusive. No, it's not an Xbox exclusive, but it is complete in box. And looks like a very interesting game. Looks like a squad-based game. Next up, we have Mercenaries, Playground of Destruction. LucasArts. I love LucasArts games. That was a great company back in the day. Complete. Look at that. That's a very nice looking manual. Again, it looks like a squad game or a third-person shooter game. So there's all kinds of these war games for the Xbox. I've talked about that before. They have to have something really special about them for them to stand out. But at the end of the day, it's just a great addition to my collection. Here's a classic. Lara Croft Tomb Raider Legend. Again, another one. It's a classic series, but I just didn't have this one. I had seen it a few different places, but for whatever reason, I just hadn't picked it up. And now I got a really good deal on it, and this one's in beautiful condition. Lara Croft Tomb Raider Legend. Wow, still lots more in here. All right, here we go. It is Cabela's Deer Hunt 2005 season. There's umpteen of these Cabela games, and I haven't picked up many of those either, because frankly, when you see them a lot of time, they're all beat to crap. But this one is awesome. Look at it, just like new. That manual is absolutely pristine. It's perfect. Very happy with that one. Again, am I going to play this game? Yeah, actually, you know what? It might be kind of fun to play a little bit, but not too much probably. But just very happy to have found it in that condition. Next up, we have, there's a good one, Spawn Armageddon, which was one of the original games that I asked about. One of the original 4 that led into this entire package. Again, a third-person adventure-type fighting game, and complete in-box. I've seen this a few different times with lots of stickers and stuff on it. This is a very clean copy and a great addition to the collection. Not really a common, not extremely rare, but not a common. Very happy to have that one. Here's one, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I don't know if that has some notes in it. Must be cheat codes or something in it. And it's the original black box version. I think I already had the Platinum Hits version of this one, actually. Don't have the manual, but that's okay. It's a rather common game. It really is. I should be able to find the manual for it somewhere. I've seen these games around quite a bit, too. Colin McRae Rally. I don't have any of the Colin McRae games. I think there's 3 of them altogether. But this one, the box is in a little bit bad shape, but the artwork's fine. The disc looks good. No manual. Still, it's a great place filler for that game in my collection right now. Let's move Mario out of the way. We'll put Mario over here, and I'll start stacking the games up right there. All right, next. These two sort of go together. I thought I had them, but they're not on my list. World Championship Poker and World Championship Poker 2. Again, these are pretty much filler, but I'm going to tell you right now, that game is sealed, never been opened. So I'll probably open it and try it out, to be quite honest, because it's World Championship Poker. I mean, big deal, right? But still, Crave Entertainment. Very happy to add those 2 in. This is the blast from the past because case has seen probably better days. I can swap the case out. That's why I like getting different games. So I'll get some double sometimes. I'll swap cases out. This is Narc. Feels like there's no manual. There's not. Of course, this is all based on the original arcade title from back in the 80s called Narc. Might have been the early 90s, but anyway, they've just developed and built upon it, and it's basically a third-person fighting adventure game. Nothing too notable, per se. Another race car racing game that I'm not all that familiar with, which is Taka Race Driver 2. Bonus disc inside, full version of Colin McRae Rally 4. Which I do believe is sitting right here. Colin McRae Rally 4. What if that's in there? No, there's no other disc in there. There's just the one. So that's kind of strange, really. No manual either, but that's cool. Racing games, I'm happy with that. I got the one that is the one it's supposed to be. So that's what I'm happy with. Speaking of racing games, Need for Speed Underground Platinum Hits version. Well, that doesn't feel like the manuals of that one either. No, it is not. But that's okay. It's the Platinum Hits disc. Always good to add that. I'm seeing some of the Platinum Hits games that Prince of Persia is one that I haven't seen a listing of the rarities of the Platinum Hits versions. So it's really kind of strange to see such a different price point. Most of the Prince of Persia games are like $5 games, but these particular ones that I've seen lately, the Platinum Hits versions of those games, have been through the roof, like $40, $50. So I'd like to collect all the Platinum Hits version, but I really got to educate myself more on the rarity between those, because some of the games that are very, very common in the black box are very, very rare in the Platinum Hits, and probably vice versa too. But I haven't found anything yet to really lay that out for me so I can see it firsthand. All right, here's another one. We have World War II Combat Iwo Jima. Beautiful condition game. Again, another warfighting game. This one looks like it is first-person shooter, and that'd be fun to play for a little bit. Just a different aspect, different environment to play in. Next one, Ford Mustang, The Legend Lives. I'm sure this one is more of a promotion for Ford than anything. It might be a very good game. It's in really good shape, I'll tell you that. And, yeah, you know, what the heck, I'll give it a shot. I love racing games, so we'll try it out. Ford Mustang, The Legend Lives. Next up, I like games like this. Championship Bowling. I love bowling games. I love bowling, period, frankly, but I haven't done it in a few years. Around here, we don't have 10-pin bowling. We have candlepin bowling. 10-pin, you don't have to go very far away to do it, and it is a round, but candlepin is a very, very, it's the most common type of bowling in Atlantic Canada and the upper New England states, right down through Massachusetts. That's the only place in the world that you'll see it. You throw 3 balls, the balls are smaller, and the pins are straight. It's kind of neat, actually. I'll put a little clip in here of it in case you haven't seen it before. But I used to do that a lot. I traveled away playing tournaments and was pretty good at it in my day, but I've given up a few years ago. Anyway, Championship Bowling. Always love bowling games. Oh, here's a classic. I have the Platinum Hits version. I did not have this one. Return to Castle Wolfenstein. And that's full. Feels like everything's in that one. Yep. Big, thick manual and disc, case, all in really good condition. Very happy to add that one. All right, we're getting down there now. So we got Shattered Union by 2K Games. Again, another war game. Looks like a civil war of the United States, but not the Civil War, a modern Civil War, which, geez, they seem to be getting closer and closer to all the time now. Anyway, let's hope that doesn't happen. Hope that things can straighten themselves out amongst all this chaos that we have. But the game itself is in excellent condition. That is beautiful, frankly. All right, we got 4 or 5 more here. We got Shadow Ops, Red Mercury, another war game. This one by Atari, and an exclusive. Love to add those exclusives. I've asked this several times too. If you know where there's a list of all the Xbox original exclusives, I'd love to find it. I can't find it online. I've looked several times. I haven't looked lately actually, but man, I really like to have that because it's sort of a subset that would be neat to try to fill. Anyway, great manual, great shape, great case. Here's one. It is Rogue Trooper, and that is in great shape. It feels like the manual's there. It is. The manual's beautiful. Nice disc. Again, another war-type third-person fighting game. Third-person, not fighting game. Third-person, fighting game. And by Eidos, who made, of course, Tomb Raider. So that looks really interesting. Sort of futuristic war game. All right, we're almost to the end here. I'm going to pull these two out together. They aren't really highly rated games, but they're well-known games in multiple systems, and I got Blood Rain and Blood Rain 2. 2 of the original 4 that I was looking at from Jeremy when I when I found them online, and these are both in great shape. I've seen these games a few different times. I haven't picked them up. They've been in poor shape. Well, these ones are excellent. I'm not all that familiar with the game. They're obviously an adventure game for vampires, and I don't know. I may go right through them. A lot of fun to play. Good series, well known. Again, though, never highly rated, but man, love to have that for my collection. And now we're back down to the very last game of the batch. And this one is in great shape. I've looked at this game. I've wanted this game for such a long time. I love this movie. It is The Thing. I don't know if the game is very good. I really don't. It's, again, another third-person adventure fighting action type game. And set in Antarctica, because that was a phenomenal John Carpenter movie back in the day. You gotta love The Thing. And I've seen it a couple times. They've wanted a lot of money for this game different places. And it wasn't always in that great a shape. But this one is absolutely beautiful. So happy to add this to my collection. Well, guys, that's it for my pickups today. What amazing additions to my Xbox collection. 2 packages from 6,684 kilometers apart. That's over 4,100 miles. Anyway, Jeremy Hill, Samantha McKay, thank you so much. I'm very happy with all the stuff I got from you. And guys, thanks for spending a little bit of time with me today. And don't forget to hit like, comment, subscribe. Well, listen, we'll see you next time when I get some more pickups. Cheers.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the...
Hello, Dali Popka here, and you're watching Papa Pete, the old guy gamer.
What the hell?